All right, here we're going to take a look at Owen's January 18th, 2015 evaluation. Here's Owen running full speed, followed by half speed, and then ultimately we're going to see him at 10% speed with frame-by-frame breakdown. So we're going to let him start off here. We're going to actually stop him almost immediately when he takes off. And you'll notice how he's bringing his right foot in front of his left. That's a bad starting point as far as explosive speed. So we need to keep both feet in their proper lanes. You'll also notice how he's crossing his arms across his chest just to start with, and then he's got way too much lean angle. You want to lean some, but that's more of a bend at the waist, so we want to make sure he doesn't bend. So he needs to be a little bit more upright. He needs to get that elbow down and connected to the body so he can drive it straight up, and then we got to get him to keep his feet in the same lanes as he takes off. That's going to help his speed tremendously from the get-go. We're going to stop him out about, say, 3 or 4 yards here, and you'll notice again his arm drive, because he's leaning so low, it kind of pushes the arms down. So he needs to get a little bit more upright, and then those arms can come all the way up to his eye. Another thing he does too is he gets a lot of east-west motion with his shoulders. So you'll see how he dips the right shoulder, and then as the left one comes, he'll dip the left one, and so on and so on. So the shoulders should be relatively quiet and square, and the arms should rotate, but not necessarily the shoulders. So we want to make sure he quiets down the upper body and then gets his arms in the right place that they should be in. Here you'll notice again how his chest is again leaning over his knees, and what that does is it actually forces his butt to kind of poke out, and then when that happens it pushes the knees down. So we need to get him to stand a little bit taller, and that will help his knee drive come up a little bit, and we could use every little inch we can get from his stride, and that'll help his stride length. So quiet the upper body down, keep the arms connected, not so much lean angle, and then drive that knee up a little bit higher so we can slow it out a little further per stride. Going forward a little bit more, and we'll stop on the last frame here, and he's actually striking on his heel, so we need to get him to flip that over, strike on the ball of the foot, and then kick hard, extend from the back, drive up, and then out again. So basically he's kind of hitting the brakes here. We need to make sure he strikes on the balls of his feet, and then again if you see the blue line at the top, it will show you how much angle he's leaning over, so that kind of makes his leg lean as well. So we just need to kind of straighten up his whole posture and keep everything north and south and nothing east and west. His vertical leap here was 10 inches. At this age especially, teaching him how to jump is almost as important as how high he can jump. So you see here he didn't get a proper load with his legs or his arms, so I think he could probably score a few inches better just off having a better technique, and that'll help him with his headers as well. Broad jump 4 feet, pretty good score. He uses his body a lot better here than he did on the vertical jump. Landing there a little crooked, but he landed it fine. All right, and we're gonna go forward a little bit more, and we're gonna take a look at his lateral speed. Now Owen has a tendency to stand straight up when he does his lateral, and as you can see here, his knees are not even hardly bent, and he's more of hopping than he is sliding. So we want to get him in a better athletic position, which will help him be a better defender on the field too. So he'll learn that. He's young, so we'll keep working on these things. Here we're going to take a look at his performance stats, or his baseline scores. And upper body, we need to work on that for sure. 11 and 21. His balance is one of the things that we also want to work on, and his leg strength. He's only scored 3 on the one leg drill. Plank time was only 31 seconds. Again, something we need to work on, that core strength. His vertical and standing broad jump, we want to keep an eye on that. We want that to be as high as it can be, because that'll help that 10-yard time, and that 10-yard time is going to be what he needs to have on the soccer field. So we'd like to see that be in the ones. But all in all, for his age, he did exceptional. We just need to make these changes.